Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. They may not play in the same division, but that hasn't stopped these two teams from becoming big-time rivals. This figures to be one of the great games on the NFL regular season docket this year. It's the Steelers going up against the Eagles. With that, let's get out to Lincoln Financial Field. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And if you didn't know what school Carson Wentz came from, if you didn't know he had played at a 1AA or FCS level, and you looked at his measurables, you would say, now that's what a quarterback's supposed to look like. 6'5", nearly 240 pounds, with the ability to run the football as well. He has the goods.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
For a guy who went to college as a quarterback, Ryan Matthews has turned into quite the power runner. If he could only stay healthy, well, his numbers would be huge, I think.
His numbers so far, 2 times over 1,000 yards with the Chargers, 5 years there now in his second year with the Eagles. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
Lawrence Timmons, the linebacker, there to get him down. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Now Wentz on third down. Aguilar has it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything. And sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th year now from Miami of Ohio. It's Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger is one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. A big, strong, physical player. They often say about him, it's not the first 3 seconds of a play you have to worry about. It's the next 3 seconds after he bounces out of a hit and makes a big play downfield.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Steelers are going to have a first down. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call it Boney Tony. But Ben Roethlisberger calls it my number 1 target.
On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. On third down, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete as well. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And it brings up fourth down.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Play fake to Matthews. Now it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And now it's third down. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Dante Whitner not only orchestrates a secondary, he puts a big hit on anyone who comes in his area.
Two receivers left, one to the right. On third and long, it's Wentz. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position. It's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
Now Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over. right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I go all the way back to college with Le'Veon Bell. One of the better body transformations I've seen, from a big, thick power back to the guy we see now who can do everything.
And 2 years ago, of course, last year the injury, but 2 years ago over 1,300 yards. I think they think he can top that this year.
I don't think there's any question about it.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A 1st carry now. This is Williams. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. A first-time Pro Bowler from 2015, Fletcher Cox, in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for great.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin the drive with Ryan Matthews. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from the guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse, and we've seen...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ryan Matthews, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game. And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed of the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, you know I always tend to lean towards the defensive guys. But in this case, I have no defense. How about that run right there?
Yeah, just a tip of the cap to Le'Veon Bell, and that's what he can do. You think some people back in 2013 that had first-round picks wish that they would have taken him?
That's when you go back to your scouting department and say, what exactly did we miss here? Maybe some people have some new jobs. He's a big time.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
A handoff left. It's Ryan Matthews. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
To throw, it's Wentz. That's caught at the 2. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
This will be taken about the 12. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll give the Steelers a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
They ran that one well. And Green has sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. 2nd down. Caught by Green. The 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A gain of 32 that time. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They come out here in the eye. So now it's 1st and goal. This is Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And he'll bang that one through. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Here's Huff to return. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. They struggled that last drive. They were kind of hit two ways, both with the run and the pass.
And I love how you brought hit into it, because a lot of defense coordinators like to show a little cut-up film the night before a game. They usually have some boxing in there, and it always shows the guy being the aggressor, the guy on his toes punching, not back. Last possession.
They were on their heels. Will they be on their heels again? Let's see. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Ertz has it left side. 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Josh Huff, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And that'll give them a two-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And this will be caught at the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have two remaining here before we get to halftime. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Now Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And the lead will shrink to 6. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And some room to work. Ryan Matthews. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ryan Matthews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Point after now from Sturgis. And the lead is now 13.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley.
What's that? Now? Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the third quarter. Let's go. It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Roethlisberger being chased out left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Sproles, the return. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Eagles take possession. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The 2014 Pro Bowler Lawrence Timmons in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
But we stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Again, it's Bell. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. 3rd down and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss because that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And let's look here now at Ryan Matthews. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed. First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 1st down Eagles. So quite the turnaround in this one from a week ago. And in the meetings, I made a faux pas of asking, hey, did he tweak something last week? Because we thought he just didn't look the same, but he's fine.
And I was so glad you asked that question. I mean, you had to take the brunt of the whole thing, and, of course, I sold you out on it. But
took one for the team.
You knew I was there with you, right? It was a legitimate question, though, because last week we didn't see what we're seeing today. The quickness to the hole, the ability to make cuts, the good vision. We didn't see any of that. He seemed a little bit sluggish in last week's game. Not so this week. Whatever the preparation was, it's working for him.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. The veteran safety, Dante Whitner, in on the tackle.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
Third down and 12.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense. Still third down.
Seven yards remain now on third down. Now Wentz on third down. Ertz has it left side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Wheaton will return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop it.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. For a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now Sproles. Whoosh. Spinning again. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
From the gun on third down, Wentz finding time. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Three quarters in the books. We'll return. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Sproles. And it's 4th down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And now this is back-to-back weeks that he has treated us with a really solid performance.
We know he's great. We expect it. But this is pretty special what we're watching here. We're watching a guy in total command.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
And this offensive unit, they have to face a 3rd down and 12 now. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darius Hayward-Bay, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And that's complete to Huff. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Arthur Moats, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action to Sproles. Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, 4th quarter, the fans aren't the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And a big 32-yard play on third. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Now Bell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things good.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that, don't you? Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Nolan Carroll. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 20th carry for Ryan Matthews. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, a third miss of the game right there. By rights, they could be high and dry right now, but instead, this is still a ball game.
And defensively here, you can't let this affect you. You've got to go out and do your job, not worry about someone else's.
Flushed out right. Bryant with a catch right side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities.
But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Bell. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And quickly they get to the line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Still second down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. With 3. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it.